Hello? There we go. Mate. I'm flying everywhere. Give me a second. Okay. Oop. There we go. Hello, welcome to the stream. You have been chosen to into the stream. Whether you're here to stay on your way to parts unknown, welcome to the stream. It's safe here. Hello. It is the hold on. It is the beginning of a new Tengu. Tengu, fuck off! Fuck off, HP! Hello, HP, good evening. I was contemplating drinking on stream today, but I don't think I'll do it. No. I kind of don't want to drink on stream. Anyway, yeah. This is just gonna be a short stream. Yeah. I didn't even know what I was gonna do. Oh my god, hello Joku! Okay, no, I know what I do. Hey Joku, how you doing? Good evening. But yes. I've talked about it time and time again, but the day has finally come, and it is still surreal to me. Oh wait, no chat. Why isn't chat working? Is chat working? Wait, hold on. That. There we go. It's working. Okay, great. Yeah. I'm as of 6 p.m. Tengu land time. I am officially unemployed. For better or for worse, it is all over. The pain, the stress, the anger, the pressure, all that bad shit is now all over. Of course, that's not to say that the past 3 years have been nothing but bad things. There have been moments where, now of course, you know, there have been a lot of moments that I have came back from the brink of saying, you know what, fuck it, I'm just gonna throw in the towel. Time and time again, of course. The companionship that I have enjoyed during my time at what is now my previous workplace. You know, companionship, the warmth, the advice, and of course, you know, the friends that I've made, and I have, you know, every intention of keeping. I kind of lost my train of thought, but the main thing is, I'm glad, I'm happy. As stressed out as I was, now that I look back on it, and it's like, it was an experience. If anything, me 10 years ago, looking at me now, or rather, you know, me being employed, would have been excited, ecstatic, happy, content, because that was my goal. Really, that was actually really my goal, was to be able to work in a Japanese company. And having achieved that, you know, having achieved that in a very good way as well, you know. Back then I was still very what's the word, delusional, and the fact that, oh, I'm gonna work in a Japanese company, it's gonna be so cool, I get to speak Japanese every day, you know, until you find the hard truth of how Japanese companies are like. And the one that I was in was completely not like that. You weren't psychotic on mannerisms. There wasn't a very big hierarchy. and everyone was just friends. Everyone's most just working together, trying to cover each other, and it was nice. It was a very cooperative environment to be working in, and I'm glad to have spent my past 3 years in that company. In their company. Hey, replay. Graduating? No. I graduated from being a Japanese salaryman. Being able to roleplay and cosplay, well, cosplay somewhat, as a Japanese salaryman has been a real treat. And I even mentioned it once before to one of my ex-colleagues that a lot of times I just feel like I'm just cosplaying as a Japanese salaryman. And you know what? I wasn't even just cosplaying. I was a Japanese salaryman. Got to experience Shibuya meltdown culture. Exactly. I got to experience being the very rowdy bunch of drunk salaryman coming out of the girls' bar, you know, after singing their favorite songs. I got to, you know, pour beer to a client. I got to learn how to pour beer for a client as well. I learned a lot of very valuable, small little lessons that you won't ever write on a resume, you know. And I'm deeply thankful for that. These past 3 years have been the most formative 3 years in my adulthood, honestly. More so than my previous job, you know. Yeah, yo, hello, Alpha, welcome. Are you planning on becoming a bartender? I guess. No, not really. I mean, if I'm in a customer client facing job, it would come in handy. But it is all these small little skills that really come in handy and become useful in the weirdest times, you know. Even topics I've thought about. This is gonna become a tangent. I've thought about it before, like how some people complain about how, you know, they have a lot of different hobbies, a lot of different interests, so they're masters of none. But that creates a huge plethora of topics you can talk to people about. That in itself is a strength. So yeah. Tangent end. I don't want to go off too far, but you know, even today being my final day, normally at work we do a morning group call. You know, we go through every single thing, a project that we're working on, and we say, oh, it's currently here, it's currently there, you know, what step it's at. Towards the end, my boss would say, okay, so do you have anything? They go through every single person. You know, do you have anything? Do you have anything? You know, it got to my turn. I was like, okay. I thought about it, you know, literally the day before. I was like, shit, oh yeah, I gotta actually, you know, say something. And, you know, I just went and said, you know, today's my last day at work. My last day, okay, my last day at work. So today's my final work day. There we go. Today's my final work day. You know, I'm still tidying things up, but over the span of these 3 years, I've been in everybody's care, and thank you so much. You know, and I thought that was it, right? I thought that was it. Like, my speech would be it. My boss would be like, yeah, that was, yeah, you know, so it's his final day, you know. You know, I thought he would give a much shorter speech, you know, or rather he just say, oh, thank you for your hard work, and that's it. No, he just, my ex-boss, unfortunately, went off on a small speech. Went off like, you know, Tengu's actually the first person we hired when we started expanding. I've seen him grow, and I've seen him put in the effort to do his best over these past 3 years, and it's been very nice, you know, that he's put in so much effort for us as a company. And then we went on about other things as well, but mainly he said, you know, but even as you leave, stay in contact and come and play once in a while. And I'm like, I don't know what the fuck you mean by play. He just wants me to drink. He just wants me to drink. All right. Without me, he has nobody to drink with, unfortunately, at least to his level, you know. And after hearing that, I kind of teared up a little bit. I'm like, fuck, man. 63-year-old man, yeah, 63-year-old man knows his way with words. And to be honest, the day before, yesterday, I was fully resigned. I was like, I'm done. I'm done with this job. Fuck this. But that small speech really just brought me back and be like, fuck, this place was nice to me. It was really good to me. And I'm kind of throwing that away. No, for better, of course. And yeah, I'm thankful. I'm really cold right now, though. Fuck. Anyway, sorry. To reiterate today's stream, very sudden stream and very weirdly timed stream is for me to just reiterate the fact that I have left my job and I am about to start a new chapter in life. I still do not know where I want to go at all. I have no plan whatsoever, right? In my previous job, I was job hunting the entire time, right? I'll take the time off. I'll take the vacation days to go on interviews. But this time, no. I just left first because I was just that tired and, to be real honest, overworked. I felt like I needed time to, realign myself with what I want to do in my free time, not even like at work. Because as you are all deeply aware, I've only been able to stream on weekends, Saturday and Sunday. And that's because every time when I come back from work, I am just mentally drained. I don't have any energy. I don't have any motivation. And a lot of my own personal projects have failed and been delayed for a very long while. And so I'm slowly but surely going to find that energy again, that spark. And I have. It is slowly coming back to me. But I am losing a very big part of me. A very big part of real life Tengu. A job, of course, is one. But also realizing that I was able to socialize really well at work. And now that I'm going to be missing out on that, I'm going to go from socializing every day in life, face to face with people, to zero, nothing. And that's honestly one of the biggest causes of anxiety the night before, or the few nights before. I ranted into the Discord before. I deeply apologize for trauma dumping, but I ranted into the Discord before. Was it in the Discord? No, it was on Twitter. No, it was on socials, and maybe Discord. I forget. Oh yeah, it was in Discord as well. Yeah. I don't know. On how I'm scared. I am very afraid. I am very anxious. Very nervous. In fact, now I'm trembling. I think it's the AC. I actually just feel cold, but I think I have to move on. At least it's not like you're not socializing at all. Is the method is changing? Yeah, all right. The method is changing. The battlefield is changing. I guess you can say that as well. But I'll miss being able to use the Japanese language that I've learned thus far, which was surprisingly was not enough. Like I learned even more when I was working in a Japanese company, and that will go on to forge a higher standard of me, and I'm very thankful for that. That's not to say it's all, what's the word for it? Roses, butterflies, and flowers. I forget what the expression is. That's not to say it's all very, very pish posh. There are times where I just straight out just died, like mentally, psychologically, very many times. And the times where I had to work when I'm on vacation is also a huge thing that I was really looking to get away from. It's not perfect, but nothing's perfect in this world. But I believe I found a very nice place. A very nice place to have worked at. But now I'm throwing that away. So it is quite saddening. I was recounting some of the very wild moments that I've experienced while I was here. Every year or so, my workplace and our respective factory, right? They would have a annual dinner, a dinner for, you know, just for us to get together, have fun. And I thought about it, right? They know how to party. Japanese people know how to party. So when they party real fucking hard. Never in my life have I looked at a 60-year-old man being, you know, covered in whipped cream. Never have I seen a 60-year-old man being covered in whipped cream become so entertaining. It's really something. And it's a stark reminder that, you know, I still have a long way to go, despite, you know, being kind of old, honestly. And that we're all growing every day. I don't know if any of this makes sense, but I just really have to get it out there. Because I'm afraid. I had something stable, but now I've traded it for uncertainty, for the chance of something new and something hopefully better. So yeah. Moving forward. Okay, trying to get out of the lull here, okay? I'm trying to get out of the lull here. Moving forward, I'll be streaming more. I might even go find a part-time job to fill in the gaps between the full-time jobs. So, yeah. I'll be streaming more on weekdays, mainly, but also weekend nights. I don't know if my streams being at 4 p.m. JST is a good timing, but I felt like is this range of 4 p.m. to about 8 p.m. JST, that's generally a really good time to be streaming, because I know a lot. I know a lot of you are spread across the world, and that timing just happens to be a sweet spot for everyone to just pop in, maybe say hi, and you know, and just hang out. Were you fired? No, shit. Okay, why does everyone say why does everyone think you get fired? No. But no, okay. I resigned. I'm sorry. I should have started with that. I resigned on my own terms. In fact, I've tried resigning back in November. Actually, I resigned back. So here's the story, right? I've always wanted to resign for the longest time. Even during my first year here, I thought like I was it. That's it. I'm out of here. And HP in chat, you know, we hang out very often in real life, and he would complain to me that you're talking about quitting every single time we meet, every time we go overseas. You never quit. I'm like, yeah, you're right. Of course, he pokes fun at me saying, "Why are you still working on the vacation day?" And that really just like make my brain actually tick. Yeah, why am I working on a vacation day? Yeah, maybe it's not like you were let go or something. I don't know. I mean, no, but I definitely feel sad either way. You know, even though I did quit on my own terms. But anyway, yeah, I wanted to quit since the first year. Second year, I wanted to quit anyway. Third year coming in, that's when I actually quit. But I tried quitting once in November. The current one is my second attempt at actually quitting. And this isn't like a whole like, oh, Japanese company, they will guilt trip you to not quit. But no, like my boss, I sat down with my boss. I said, I'm not happy with my own work. You know, even after 2 years, more than 2 years, my work is still spotty at best and very full of mistakes. You know, am unable to handle the workload as well. I'm not happy with it. So, you know, I wrote out the whole letter and everything, right? I did the whole Japanese thing where I write, request to quit company on the letter, and I printed out my letter in and folded in it. I was like, no, I'm not gonna take it because I'm happy with your work. You know, we generally don't have complaints for work. Yeah. And you can see that you're growing. And I kind of fell for that. I don't know if it was guilt tripping, honestly, but I fell for it. And I still, you know, stayed on for another 3 months. And then, of course, some of you remember the fact that in March, I was gone for 2 weeks. I went to Japan, right? I went to Japan to actually just have a long trip. And, of course, pass out on the streets of Tokyo. Main thing is, over the span of these 2 weeks, I've also opened my eyes again to the fact that I'm working on a vacation day. That's one, right? And the story goes, right? The straw that broke the camel's back. There were several straws. There were two straws. There were two straws that broke the camel's back. During my time in Osaka, some of the friends that I met there. In fact, another friend from Germany was in the region as well. And I was like, hey, let's go and have breakfast. I'm like, okay, yeah, let's go and have breakfast. Work calls in. And I have to cancel breakfast with a friend that I will probably never ever meet ever again. Right? Because Germany. I'm not going to go to Germany. I want to go to Germany, but that plane ticket is a leg and a half. And I forfeited that to do work in the hotel room. From 8 a.m., I counted, from 8 a.m. to 12 in the afternoon. And you know, you would think like, yeah, some people might think, yeah, that's just 4 hours working. I'm on vacation. I'm on paid time off. And yet I was working. And I forfeited the opportunity to hang out with one of my longest friends from VR chat from Germany that happens to be in Japan in the same time. The stars fucking aligned, and I was working. So that really, you know, set things into perspective. That's the first straw. Well, the second straw is less dramatic. It's just the fact that I wanted to sit in the Shinkansen, in the bullet train, and enjoy the view. Unfortunately, I went out of my way to book the seats that were facing Mount Fuji, right? When you went past them. Guess who missed looking at Mount Fuji because he was working? So yeah. That was the final straw, and I was like, no. I've been told one of my colleagues, I've got two. You know how people say like, oh, they have to foot out the door or something. I told them I had two of my feet out the door by that point. It was done. That was really that was it. And the common trope is a lot of people come back from vacation and they feel so liberated, where they make a very, you know, unwise financial decision to quit right after vacation, which is the worst time to quit. You just came back from, you know, a time where you spent a lot of money. You have to save your money again. But this was over the course of 3 years. And over the 3 years, I've been to Japan a lot of times. And most of you know, I've been to Japan like nearly twice every year. And every time I went, I was working. Even during the shortest trips, right? Not the March trip was the longest. It was 2 weeks. So, you know, maybe I had to reply an email or two, but that wasn't replying emails. That was straight up just working. And over the more shorter trips on the past few years, it was easy, just 4 days. So a 4-day trip. I had like my relatives tell me and my friends tell me, "What the fuck are you going to Japan for only 4 days? You're flying there. Stay longer. You're in Japan." I'm like, no, I can't. I've got work. So, yeah. And even then, it was only 4 days. It was over the weekend. I still had to call in and do a meeting. And that was I was committed. I was honestly committed because I like the things we make, which I will not disclose because it is actually not okay for me to disclose. It's not in my contract, but it is not very nice. But I like the things we make. I like the work we do. I like everything except the workload, and that's it. That's the truth. But yeah. But one thing I realized in my time working in this Japanese company is that I was stressed out. That's no secret that I was stressed out. But the way I was coping with stress, let's put the drinking aside, okay? The drinking is one thing. The other thing is I was very prone to retail therapy. I would spend a lot of money on things that are frivolous, things that are not needed. They are wants, not needs. And we're not talking about like physical things. We're not talking about like I'm buying a $200 keyboard. I'm gonna be buying a $1,000 camera or something, right? Granted, I did buy a camera, but you know, I was trying to decentralize my phone. That's my excuse. Anyway, it took, and here is where it comes full circle. The way I did retail therapy is I would go to Japan, and I would spend a ungodly amount of money. The first red flag is when I was flying there, right? When I'm flying there, I fly budget, right? I fly a low-cost carrier. But this low-cost carrier offers a business class seating that lets you lie down. Guess who decided to take that almost every single time? And that's, you know, is easily a $400 plane ticket. Goes up to about $800, nearly $1,000 if I went for the business class. So yeah, that's a lot of money gone. You know, I think in the moment I definitely thought like, you know, fuck it. I want to de-stress. I want to spend money. I want to relax. So I just spend money, and it was not very financially healthy. And my current state right now is thanks to that. So I made money to spend money, and that was not a very healthy way to go about life in our modern society. So yeah. Nobody believes me when I say I stopped drinking for a year before I joined a Japanese company. Nobody believes me. Come on, believe me. Come on. It's the truth. Yeah, the drinking is also a thing. The drinking and the overly what's the word? What's the word for food? The overly gorgeous amount of food that I've been eating at places that are easily a little bit too expensive as well. We're not talking about like first class dining. We're talking about like hole in the wall places that charge a little bit of a premium. So yeah. That's like my past few years. I remember the first few years, or rather the first year, I would actually stay back at work till about 7 or 8 because things just never ever finish. Things are never ever done. When you're done with one thing, it's another, and it honestly sucked. I'm gonna be truthful. It honestly sucked. It is a efficient way of using a manpower, but it was not a very fun experience being the manpower. Because when I start one project, as one project is halfway to completion, another project will start. So it's like they're kind of overlapping on top of each other, and it's not great. It's not great because I still have to contend with the latter half of the project, which is the most important part, right? It's the most important part of the project, where you're finalizing the specifications of a product, you're finalizing the costs of a product, you know, and you're checking through things. But then you have to contend with start another one, and it's like, yeah, no, that doesn't work. That doesn't work at all. I think that's my excuse for why my work was so shoddy, is because of that. And the opinion is mutual among all my colleagues. So yeah, hopefully it gets better, but I won't stick around for that. I've stuck around for long enough. Where was I? What was I talking about work? Was I talking about workflow? I lost my train of thought again. Anyway, it has been a very good 3 years to me. I've grown a lot, and I would hope I've grown a lot. But I'm ready to shed off this Japanese salaryman Tengu arc and move on to something new. Hopefully something that's less stressful. Something that hopefully I can focus on one project instead of 5. 1 cm. I would give for 1 cm. I would give for 1 centimeter. I think I'm at 169. I'm floating in between 169 and 170. In height, yes, I'm talking about in height. I'm not talking about the other thing, of course. But yeah. So I'm gonna take the next like 2 weeks or so. Take a break. Stream more. I wanna do more of my own things. I'm done being soppy about the past. The past is past. And I'm a better person because of it. But I want to talk about from here on out. I'm gonna take the next 2 weeks, take a break from thinking about work, right? Because I'm gone from work, and I'm gonna start focusing more on myself, on the things I want to do. I want to do song covers. I want to do more Blender stuff and Unity stuff, for VR chat. I want to just rediscover myself again, and that's what I'm gonna do for the next 2 weeks. I want to do the song cover stuff again. I won't be able to afford an editor, so I need to learn on how to edit my own songs, and that'll be really fun. I want to do VR chat things again. I want to do new outfits again. Y'all remember? I used to have so many new outfits. Like when I was doing my first job, I couldn't even change into them right now. Hold on, I'm gonna change them right now. Give me a second. Learn how to do affix to your clothing blender so you can teach me how to do it too. I'm not gonna do that. If I had to unlock the power of animating in Blender, there's gonna be hell to pay. Yeah, hold on. Let's change the one. What's a good one? Kimono, Helldiver, suit, bunny, military. Military was a good one. We got Red Mage. We got Town Titan. We got Halo. Got so many different fucking outfits. And that just all came to an end. I'm gonna wear the Death Stranding on because it's a little bit more tame and less controversial. Is it gonna load? There we go. Oh wait, I gotta. Which button was it? No. Which button was it? There we go. Ah, there we go. Yeah. I'm gonna recenter myself. Yeah. I want to do more of this again. Looks cozy. It is. I like it a lot. Also, you can see the little thing. Little friend. I want to do more of my own things. I want to be less psychologically dead, creatively dead. I want to be more. I just want to be more. I want to make more things. I want more people to be like, who's that guy? I want to be on somebody's algo. I want to show up on people's algos. Heck, that one and only song cover I did showed up on other people's algos, and they came and commented. I was like, that's fucking cool. And yeah, I want to make more of that. I want to sing more. I want to sing songs that people actually understand as well. I gotta actually learn new songs. I just know all these songs that only 60-year-old salarymen would know. Or, millennial songs. So, I'm gonna work on that. Yeah. And I hope all of you stick around with me for a long while. I'm not gonna say I win, but you know, for a long while. There are things in the oven that have been stuck in the oven because of my new life change. But be assured, rest assured, new things are coming. But I just have to get my life in order again. And I thank you so much for your patience. And I look forward to your support. That's the truth. Anyway. Yeah. And that's been a Tengu life update. I don't do these streams a lot. And these streams don't last for very long because it's like a one-shot wonder, you know. I just yoink it and then boom and I'm done. Kind of like that. So I want to have more fun. I want to be able to express myself a little bit more. I don't want to be so dead on stream anymore. I want to have energy. I want to, you know, be able to express myself even more. Happiness, anger, sadness. I think I am mostly done fixing the wires in my brain, because up until now, a lot of these negative emotions have been wired to cope, and you know, yeah, just to cope and not to like seal it inside and, you know, keep working. And that has been my go-to way of dealing with emotions for the past 3 years, and has really killed my ability to express myself. So I look forward to being able to express myself more vibrantly and more vividly for everyone to enjoy and to experience as I stream. Yo, okay, hold on. One of my colleagues that I recruited for my current workplace, or my previous workplace, she knows I stream, and she's always like gaslighting me and giving me so much motivation and support, and it really, I just brushed it off like, nah, I'll never make it big. She's like, do you have a PO box? I'm like, no, I don't have a PO box. I streamed to what, like 3-5 people. I don't need a PO box. I can dox myself. It's fine. It's just not like a thing. But she's always been really supportive of my stuff, and I'm really thankful. It actually, I think it added a lot to me continuing streaming. So first and foremost, I would like to thank her for that. She probably won't ever see this, but I'm very thankful. I'm also very thankful for my other colleague, my kohai, that I get to shoot, talk, chit chat with. You know, he's always really cool. We talk about FF14 and stuff. We bitch about FF14 and stuff, and it's really nice when you're just like shooting the shit with each other over Slack, and I'll miss that a lot. Of course, miss my client side as well, walking over and just poking fun with them. I'll miss buying souvenirs for everyone and be like, oh, this is actually, you know, a souvenir from Ori, my favorite town in Japan. Where is it? Ibaraki? The middle of fucking nowhere. Go there anyway. It's nice. So yeah. I miss doing that. So, but I'm glad it's over. I'm ready to start a new me. And I hope you, right there. I'm pointing at you. Hope you're ready for a new me as well. Thank you so much. I'm trying to bow, but like this, I don't think I have the settings set up right for me to bow. Am I bowing? I'm trying to see if I'm bowing. I am. Okay, great. Okay. Yes, I'm cooking, and I have to start cooking as well because I don't have enough money to eat out all the time anymore or order delivery. Fuck. How am I supposed to survive? How am I supposed to eat Jollibee now? Fuck my life. I didn't think this far ahead, huh? It's literally like 4 hours since I quit my job and became unemployed. I'm like, what did I do? Bleak future. Reset that clock. Thank you so much. Thanks everyone so much. I'm not a big streamer, and I don't look to be a big streamer, but I look to have people, friends, Tengies. You're all my Tengies. There we go. I'm gonna actually, like, you know, say that now. And first it was Tengoons, and then now it's Tengies. So y'all like my tengies, like tendies, like little drumlets. All my tengies. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm trying to do like my hands together, but it doesn't track really well. Am I gonna do it? Nope. Okay, nope. Okay, fuck it. Tenguners, actually though, that was kind of the thing that I wanted to go for, but maybe a little bit too on the nose. I mean, end of the day, we do all have sexual drives, so yeah. Anyway, I believe that'll be it for me for today. It is a very short stream. It's not even an hour. I was hoping to hit an hour, right? But I want to reiterate that y'all showed up, and that honestly means a lot to me on what is my final day as a Japanese salaryman. It's a big change, but I'm glad you're all still here. It means a lot to me. It means the world to me. I say this every time. I try to say this every time when I end the stream. And that's the God honest truth. I'm happy that you're all here. This is the reverse parasocial happening. Where do my viewers go? Kinda. I don't want to call names because it'll get a little bit too creepy. Where did such and such go? No. Why haven't they show up my stream anymore? So yeah. Dude, I used to do that. Fuck. I'm remembering that I used to do that. Ooh, that's not a good time. That's not a good look. No more getting drunk and singing bad Annie song. What do you mean? I sing the good Annie songs, right? I sing Seventh Moon. Anything I sing on stream, I sing at work. Singing on stream is literally just practice for me to sing at work dinners. Kore Kake no Radio, Chicken Rice, all the funny songs. Your viewers that of Sukma? Ooh. If only my nuts are being Sukma. Oh, how the fuck do you say that? Never mind. I'm bad. Wordplay. Oh my god, dude! Fuck, I forgot your name. I forgot your VTuber name. Hien? No, that's my tank name, F14. Oh fuck, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But I remember. Thank you so much for showing up as well. It means a lot to me. It is a new chapter in my life, and I'm afraid, but I'm excited. You got the bed and you gotta reset the playthrough. What playthrough? Playthroughs all ended when Super Best Friends disbanded. That's the truth. Hey. I'm gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna go off on a tangent now. I'm done being soppy and stuff, talking about work. I used to be a big fan of Super Best Friends play. And I was scrolling Twitter, right? And all of a sudden, Detroit Become Human comes up on my timeline. It became a topic again. And lo and behold, what's the clip that people show? Super Best Friends. And that one clip you're supposed to spray, hollow spray graffiti onto like shops, saying, "Oh, freedom to the androids." There's a huge fist, and it's the one where it's like literally quoting Martin Luther. What the fuck? MLK. There we go. MLK. Like, what the fuck? That is too on the nose. And yeah. Anyway. As Super Best Friends clip showing that, and I just had a fucking flashback moment, like that one clip from Ratatouille. Oh my god, hello Seth, how you doing? Ray photos. I thought you said you're taking photos. Ray photos, can you show me your photos? I've also started trying to take photos again. So yeah, that's also like me trying to reclaim myself, is going back to photography with the recent trip and in general with a small little compact camera. It's huge. Maybe I will go back to making photo books again and selling at Comic Cat. No, I don't have any connections to Comic Cat anymore. This shit sucks. I lost all of that when I changed to VR chat, my VR chat arc, and that was a dark arc. Oh my god. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna give everyone who showed up one thing. Oh, what am I lacking? One thing. You guys can ask me one thing about Tengu lore. Every single one of you can ask one thing, and I'm gonna keep track. You know, you wanna ask me about the boomerang poop incident. You wanna ask me about when I was in the Navy. You wanna ask me when, you know, I don't have much, but you know, that's all I got to offer is yaps and experiences. You know, I'll ask me a single thing. Fuck it. I just wanna hang out for a little bit more. I've got time. I'm unemployed now. Boomerang poop. The lore of the boomerang poop. 2.0 when? 2.0, honestly speaking, 2.0, I'm looking at next year anniversary. Like that's the generous amount. No, here's the thing, right? Working in my previous company, you get a feel of how things need time to make. You get a real feel of like things actually take time to make. You know, you need to actually set aside the time and the manpower to get things done. So I'm not gonna stress out who I'm gonna commission and say it's due next February. Boomerang poop. So what, you guys what, boomerang poop? We're talking about boomerang poop? Okay, we'll talk about boomerang poop. So this was my time in the army. This is before I got sent out to the Navy. This is during basic training, right? So basically we stay in a multi-level barracks because of how little land there is in Tengu land. We stay in a multi-level barracks, and each platoon is one floor, right? You got floor 2. Floor 1 is mostly all the officers area, you know, the admin area. Second floor is platoon 1. You know, third floor is platoon 2. You know, so on and so forth, up to floor 5. So 4 platoons. So each platoon can only occupy and use the toilet on their respective floors. So I'm setting up the story right now, right? Boomerang poop is still a little bit away. So if you're platoon 4, you need to go all the way to the 5th floor to go to the toilet. You can't use any toilets on any other floors. So we were coming back from training, right? And of course, everyone's like, oh, I want to go to the toilet. I want to go to the toilet. Everyone goes to the toilet. A very smart person from platoon 4 went to a toilet on the 2nd floor. And of course, you know, it being a dog-eat-dog kind of environment, he got ratted out. And the entirety of platoon 4, which is my platoon, we had to clean the 2nd floor toilet. And that was fine. You know, you just have to, you know, spray water, you have to mop everything. It's fine. Simple punishment for what we did. Unfortunately, you know, the person who got ratted out held grudges, and he had his own little clique, his own little group, right? And for some reason, they decided to throw poop out the window from the toilet. And it's one of those really small windows, right? I don't know if it's a common design feature in any other countries, but over here in Tengu land, we have toilets that have a small little square window that folds out upward, like kind of tilts out upward to vent air. So I threw it out of that. Now, if you're paying attention to how I describe the window and how it folds upward and out, you would realize that if you threw the poop from the 5th floor, it would definitely hit the 4th or 3rd floor's window. And they're always open. You can't close them because you need to vent the air, right? For some reason, by some magical, maybe, you know, gunbound level wind play, the poop went out the platoon 4 story, right, the 5th story toilet, swings back, and exactly hits the 2nd floor toilet window. Literal shit. somebody's been playing too much Gunbound, and if you know Gunbound, you're too old. But main thing is, somebody managed to do a trick shot with their own poop, and we all got fucked for it. We all got fucked for it. We were standing out in the sun for easily 3 hours because of that shit. Like literal shit. We stood out in the sun for 3 hours, being like, you know, being scolded, and and the cheek on some of these motherfuckers, right? We were being scolded, and like I think the platoon commander or something was shouting like, I don't know if I'm training, you know, soldiers or animals here. And our whole company's called Jaguar, and one of these motherfuckers is straight out shot back like, you're training Jaguars. I'm like, what the fuck? This is not the time or place. So yeah, that's the lore for boomerang poop. Easily the biggest highlight of my military training era, and that was fun. Honestly, I look back on it very fondly, and even then, I really enjoyed it as well. There was one time when we were doing our actual job training, right? There was a weekend where we were getting picked out, like literally drawing short straws on who's gonna stay over the weekend to, you know, guard the base. I told my buddy like, hey, I bet it's gonna be me. Next thing I know, my name is announced literally right after I said that. I'm like, what the fuck? It was fun though. Like, I enjoy the peace and quiet of the night. So being a guard in the peace and quiet of night, walking around the base, it's creepy, but it's cool. It's nice. I liked it a lot. It was amazing. It was, whoa, what the fuck? Oh, my light just went out for a split second. What the? Ooh, scary. Okay, maybe I shouldn't be talking about that stuff. Okay, I'll stop now. I'm very afraid. But yeah, boomerang poop. Conscription era Tengu has a lot of stories. Some of them funny, some of them disgusting, a lot of them disgusting. I will try to tap into that a little bit more, but I don't want to dox myself too much. So yeah, I did enjoy my time in the Navy though. That's the truth. Getting to see carriers and stuff firsthand, up close, is crazy. The scale of these things are nuts. So, anyway, okay. Anything else? We had 2 for boomerang poop, 1 for 2.0, and that's about it. Going once. Conscription era Tengu is a 2-year blind spot. Yeah, it is. I fell off the internet. I focused on my life for the most part. I had a very fulfilling life, despite being an underpaid member of the public sector and of the defense force. I had a very fulfilling life at that era, although I didn't know it at the time. So yeah, I squandered that. I missed the announcement, but good luck on your new chapter, Tengi. Thank you so much, Seth. No, it's just it's just me quitting my job. That's it. It's nothing too big. Don't worry about it. I don't want another person saying, you got fired? I didn't get fired. Oh my god. My boss loves me, I think, for the most part. Yes, because that's the vibe I get. I cause a lot of trouble, but people still remotely like me. So yeah. I just remember right before you showed up, Lowly Battle Machine fell off the face of the earth, and we joked about you being the same person. What the fuck? I wish I was that creative though. If I was LBM, Jesus, imagine things I could do. That level of creativity is second to none. Is that the right way of expressing it? I don't know. But yeah. Is YouTube chat even showing on the stream, or is it just disappearing too quick for me to notice? Probably the latter, isn't it? Anyways, okay, so no more questions? Nothing? I'm gonna close in about a minute. Yeah. In a minute. Do the minute. You people. But yeah. Nope. Okay. We're good. So yeah. That's it for Tengu lore update. I think it's easier to do this kind of like post-stream chill and chat to drop lore and do AMA. So I'm gonna try doing that a little bit more on chat streams, depending on if I'm pooped out or not. But oh yeah, I will quit FF14. I'm gonna be quitting FF14 as well. So yeah, taking a break. I'm not quitting. I'm taking a break from raiding because my raid sessions have been Saturday, Sunday nights, and you know Saturday and Sunday nights I just want to relax. Unfortunately, rating is not a form of relaxation. And I hate being micromanaged, so yeah, I'm gonna stop rating for a good while so I can actually relax. Actually fully relax. This is the relaxation Tengu arc. You still have the shuttle mod stuff? Isn't like what? Gary's mod? We're talking about Gary's mod? Ages ago. That shit's ages ago. No way. No way I still have that shit. That was like 3 or 4 computers ago. I probably that hard drive's probably bricked. I still remember how to make it though. I remember how to make it. I know how people hated it because it was invincible and I was just too good. G-Combat my thing. Yeah. Fuck them. Noise. All of them. I was good at it. They didn't like it. Fuck them all. Anyway. Okay. I'm gonna call it here for today. I did it. I did it. We hit 1 hour. Hee. Thanks, guys. Okay. Y'all take care of yourselves. Stay hydrated. I'll catch you guys tomorrow because tomorrow I'm gonna do a little bit more Mass Effect. Hopefully I get more energy to play Mass Effect now. I'm kind of burning myself out on it. It feels like a game where I should be sitting back and just like listening to people talk and have sex, but I'm streaming it, so I don't know. Let's bring Javik and Edie to all the missions, so I can have my sex bot right next to me, and I have my moderately racist ancient being right next to me as well. So yeah, I'm trying to do thumbs up, but the sleeves don't kind of cover that. There we go. Probably do another game if you feel like it. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. But I'm afraid of just doing another game and just stopping the game that I took a break from. So that happens all the time. Anyway, now with more time on my hands, maybe I can stream more. So maybe I can stream more. I can stream more. I will stream more. That's a promise. I'll take it slow for the first week or so though. Maybe I'll stream 3 or 4 times a day. All right, 3 or 4 times. No. 3 or 4 times a week. There you go. So yeah, look forward to that. I look forward to spending more time with everyone. And honestly, this is what I really like doing. Yeah. Okay. So take care of yourselves. Stay hydrated. Keep on keeping on. I'll catch you guys next time. Next time. Wait, I can do a boxing pose. I want to do like arm rolly, but I can't. Okay, bye guys. Take care. Big love. I haven't done this in a while. Big love. Sending hugs. Bye. Thanks for keeping me company. Me lonely Japanese man. And card. Oh yeah, I want to make a new one for this one, honestly. This is for YouTube. Yeah, I'm gonna make a new one for this one.